Aiden had always been afraid of heights. As a child, he avoided treehouses, roller coasters, and even looking over balconies. This fear followed him into adulthood, quietly shaping his decisions. He avoided certain jobs, turned down adventurous vacations, and often found himself making excuses to hide his phobia. The turning point came when his closest friend, Lily, invited him to her destination wedding in a small, picturesque village nestled in the mountains. Attending would require Aiden to face one of his greatest fears, crossing a suspension bridge over a deep canyon. When Aiden received the invitation, he felt an overwhelming sense of dread. He considered declining, but Lily was more than a friend, she was family to him. He couldn't let her down. With shaking hands, he RSVP'd yes, telling himself he'd figure it out when the time came. As the wedding approached, Aiden's anxiety grew. The bridge haunted his thoughts, appearing in his dreams as an endless, swaying expanse. He shared his fears with Lily, who encouraged him gently. "You don't have to cross it alone," she said. "But I think you're stronger than you realize." The day of the wedding arrived, and Aiden found himself standing at the edge of the bridge. The view was breathtaking, lush green mountains, a river flowing far below, but all he could focus on was the sheer drop. His legs felt like lead, and his heart pounded in his chest. A group of wedding guests approached, offering words of encouragement. "You can do it, Aiden," one of them said. "Take it one step at a time." Aiden nodded, though he wasn't sure he believed it. Then Lily's fiancé, Mark, stepped forward and offered his hand. "Let's cross together," he said. With Mark by his side, Aiden took a shaky step onto the bridge. The wooden planks creaked beneath his weight, and the rope swayed gently in the wind. His breath quickened, but Mark's steady voice kept him grounded. "Look at me, not down. Focus on where you're going, not what's beneath you." Step by step, Aiden moved forward. At first, his fear was all-consuming, but as he focused on Mark's guidance, a surprising thing happened. He started to believe he could make it. The fear didn't vanish, but it became manageable, a challenge he could face instead of an insurmountable wall. Halfway across the bridge, Aiden paused to catch his breath. For the first time, he allowed himself to look around. The view that had once terrified him now felt awe-inspiring. The fear was still there, but it was accompanied by something else, a sense of accomplishment. He was doing it. When they reached the other side, Aiden felt a surge of pride and relief. The wedding was beautiful, but the real celebration for him was internal. For the first time in years, he had faced a fear that had controlled so much of his life. It wasn't just about the bridge, it was about reclaiming his courage. Inspired by this moment, Aiden decided to challenge himself further. Over the next few months, he signed up for a climbing course, joined a hiking group, and began seeking out small opportunities to confront his fears. Each step built his confidence, and with each success, the grip of his phobia loosened. A year after the wedding, Aiden stood at the base of a rock climbing wall. It was part of a team-building event for his new job, one he'd taken specifically because it required travel and occasional outdoor adventures. As he climbed higher, he felt the familiar twinge of fear but also the steady beat of courage.